So here's the deal. We got an answer. We got three answers, actually. Our prayer and fasting campaign and our whole the last 2 months trying to figure things out has led to the answer for three questions. Where are we going on Sunday mornings? Where's going to be our first campus? And where are we going to now look for a permanent space, a central hub? Those are three questions that we have an answer to. Now, before I tell you those answers, let me just remind everybody that the goal of this whole campaign and figuring things out has not been to have a consensus. That wasn't the plan. Our plan was to call our church to pray, to give us an opportunity to fast together, to pray together, to share input, which many of you guys did, and to remember, hold it all loosely, remembering that God's kingdom is first, not our preferences. God's mission is first. God's glory is first, not the name of True Life Church. That was priority, and we're going to hold loosely to what we think is the best way to accomplish those things, knowing that we don't know, and the Bible isn't super clear on that kind of stuff. The Bible doesn't promise a building. The Bible doesn't say choose this versus that. Manasquan versus Brick Memorial. So the goal was to be able to share input and then at the end of the day make a decision. I think there was pretty much consensus, not exactly, but pretty much consensus, with the exception of a few outliers. Got to move forward. Next season, new season, evenings at Trinity, not best for the church anymore. Although we're super thankful to Trinity for the time that we've had there. So I want to thank everybody for being a part of this process, this campaign. Full disclosure, our staff was not unanimous on this decision. Our board was not unanimous on this decision, but we were unanimous that we just need to move forward and trust God. And if we're praying and we're acknowledging God along the way, He's going to direct our paths. That's a promise from Proverbs 3:5-6. And if we need to pivot and change directions 6 months from now, we can do that. We could do that because we're not buying a property just yet. We're renting. We're figuring out next steps for renting. Nobody wants to move again. Not saying that this is like, oh, we're going to move in 6 months. Not saying that. But if we need to, we will. If God's leading us to, we will. Because as Alan McCarthy said, I read her text a few times to our church in different ways or different spaces. If you didn't hear it, basically the bottom line was we get to move around. This last 2 years we've had the adventure that we're going to talk about when we're old. One day we're gonna be like, remember those days when we used to move around every 6 months? That was special days. We're blessed to be able to say we did that. And so thanks for joining the ride. Now, the answer to the three questions. What are we doing? Okay, where are we going on Sunday morning? That's the first one. Brick Memorial. I know half of you guys are like, yeah, and the other half are like, hold on. Let me, I'll come back to that. Second question, where's our first campus going to be? Manasquan. Manasquan is going to be our first campus. And then third question is, where are we going to look for a permanent space now? Because of Manasquan, because of the opportunity we have at First Baptist of Manasquan and using that building, and because we've identified Manasquan as a first campus, we're going to limit our building search to Brick, maybe a little south of Brick, maybe a little east, maybe a little west, but not north, not into Wall, not into Farmingdale, because we have Manasquan. So that has helped us with our search. So we've got clarity on three things. Sunday mornings at Brick, moving slowly towards transitioning towards a campus at Manasquan, and then clarity on our building search. Now, why did we choose Brick Memorial and instead of going to 2 services in Manasquan? A few reasons were probably top, and maybe top of my list, but I'll just share them. Most of our people are in the Brick area, which means that the people, the neighbors, the coworkers, the friends and family that they rub shoulders with in Brick are probably more likely to come to a church in Brick than in Manasquan. Now you could argue that's not the case, but that's an argument on that side. It is more regional. It is close to the Parkway. It is. We have a regional church. We've got people coming from all over the place. And so having a central hub in Brick, maintaining a central hub in Brick has been our vision, so that we can plant neighborhood campuses in small towns like Manasquan. If we moved everybody into Manasquan and we put all our eggs into the Manasquan basket, we would have a neighborhood campus in Manasquan for sure, but we may be shooting ourselves in the foot if we plan to plant more neighborhood campus down the line. Right now, being in Brick, we get to be spread out, we have 26 life groups all spread out, Monmouth, Ocean County. And so that enables us to zero in on these neighborhoods. Transitioning to Manasquan slowly seems to be something that there's wisdom in that. There's wisdom in going slowly in Manasquan, doing an event each month leading up to the summertime, and then maybe doing weekly baptism services in the summertime, and then maybe launching a midweek or a Sunday evening service in Manasquan in the fall, and then building up to a campus slowly, getting our feet wet, getting to know the town, working and partnering with First Baptist of Manasquan, not just going in and taking over and being super disruptive over there, but just giving us time and First Baptist time to get to know each other, dating slowly, if you will, instead of moving in together fully. Like, there just seems to be wisdom in that while we're maintaining a central hub in Brick. And so it's basically, we're doing both. It just, that's been our vision in church, regional church and Brick, planting neighborhood campuses. And so that's what we're going to do. Now, regarding Brick Memorial, just to talk specifics for Sunday morning for a second, we're going to start on April 3rd at Brick Memorial. So this Sunday is going to be the last Sunday at Trinity. This Sunday will be the last Sunday of Trinity. So April 3rd, we're going to be at Brick Memorial. I know it's a fast move. The team was like, we got to get in there. If we're going to lead up to Easter, we got to get in. We got to have 2 weeks leading up to Easter. So April 3rd, we're in there. We are going to be at 10 a.m. services. Spread the word, 10 a.m. That's what we were doing at the farm. The summer before that, we were 9 a.m. I know some people might want earlier. Once upon a time, we did 10:30 at the school, but we're going to do 10 a.m. at the school. We are not doing bagels and coffee right off the bat. So don't get offended. Don't get upset. Don't think, oh, we're going back to normal, how it used to be. No, we're not trying to go back to we're not trying to recreate the past. It's a new season at the school. We don't want bagels and coffee being the distraction they used to be. People used to come up with plates this high and they'll be chowing down while we're worshiping like they were watching the Super Bowl. And then they'd spill coffee all over the place. And then kids would get stuff smushed around in the classrooms, and that would be longer cleanup. If we end up doing that, it'll be after service down the line, but not right off the bat. We're keeping it simple right off the bat. You want to bring coffee, bring your own coffee. We've been doing that for the last 2 years. So I know that might be a sacred cow, but you can deal with it. This Sunday, last Sunday at Trinity, be there. We're baptizing at least 2 people, maybe more. Join in for the last Sunday at Trinity. We're super thankful for Trinity, and now we're super thankful for First Baptist of Manasquan for inviting us to partner with them in Manasquan. And so we're going to slowly be exploring that and taking steps towards that. We're going to be sending them some ideas that we have that we can do over the next few months, and then we'll share with you what those dates are. But for now, mark your calendar for this Sunday, March 27th, as the last one at Trinity, April 3rd as the first one at Brick Memorial, and then of course Easter coming up April 17th. You can start inviting people. We'll be at Brick Memorial at 10 a.m. So thank you again for being on this journey with us. Thank you for praying. Thank you for those of you who were fasting. Thank you for those of you who shared your input. And most importantly, thank you for everybody who's willing to say, this is what I think, but I'm going to hold loosely to it because it's God's church. All right, everybody. God bless.